Yes.
Good morning, Ma'am and Biñas. Good morning, visitors. Welcome to our child-friendly classroom. Good morning, classmates. It's nice to see you again. Mabuhay!
Okay, you may take your seat now. Before we formally start, let us ask the Divine Providence. We may request Queenie Flores to invoke for us.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, true source of light and wisdom, pour out on us the spirit of understanding, truth, and peace. A retentive memory and a capacity to grasp things correctly. Grant us the grace to be accurate in our expositions and skill to express ourselves with thoroughness and clarity. Be with us at the start of our lesson, guide its progress, and bring it to the completion. Grant this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, so as what we have agreed last Friday, what are we going to have today? Yes? Okay, so that is our topic this morning. Debate on watching television, is it good or bad? Okay, so who among you here have television at home? Okay, most of you have television at home. Are you watching together with your parents?
Yes.
Very good. So we all know that television is one of the most popular technological gadgets that we are using at home, right? Okay, so we are going to witness a debate today, but before that, I will let you to watch a video. So are you ready to watch it?
Yes.
Okay, so sit back and fasten your seatbelt.
What does it mean to be a kid? Carefree without a single care in the world. In a society that moves at such a fast pace, the one thing that never needs to change are the joys and freedoms of being a kid. But the sad thing is, these naive and carefree child mentality is quickly changing, and this is largely to do with the television. People are now watching more television than ever before. According to the Department of Education, children in America, on average, watch 3 to 5 hours of television a day. Though this may not seem like a lot of time, the repercussions this time can have on a child is extremely detrimental. One of the drawbacks to young children watching TV is it results in an increased rate of violent behavior. An average child will see 200,000 violent acts and 16,000 murders on TV by the age of 18. This violent behavior and mindset, if not properly dealt with, can cause harm in a child's future. Another drawback to the excessive amounts of TV in youth can result to a hindrance in a child's mental development. A study showed that watching television as a child affected educational achievement, still even at the age of 26 years old. And if this was not enough, watching TV can also lead to obesity in children. ABC News found that an increased time spent watching TV also led to an increase in weight. The time spent watching TV could be spent engaging in more mentally and physically stimulating activities. But on the contrary, like all things in life, TV can also work in the complete opposite way as well. TV can also offer several positive attributes. The Research Center for Families and Children found that children who watch moderate amounts of TV perform better academically than those who watch excessive amounts, but also better than those who do not watch TV at all. As stated in TV Can Be Good for Kids, some kid TV shows have begun promoting healthy living and environmental awareness. Shows like Blue's Clues and Bear in the Big Blue House can be educational and promote pro-social behavior. It cannot be denied that the ideal of children watching TV is one that is extremely multifaceted. But no matter the pros and cons, the fact of the matter is, ultimately, the role and responsibility of the parents is to monitor their child's TV experience. It is the parents' duty to take control of what they and their child see on the TV. Ultimately, television is inherently not good or bad. It's all about how you use it.
Did you like the presentation, class?
Yes!
So, this time, I will give the microphone to Johanna Rapista to chair our debate.
To our ever-equal, unrelenting, and supportive officer in charge, Ma'am Marjoline A. Paulo, our dynamic science teacher, Mrs. Eden T. Biñas, judges, classmates, a pleasant morning. Today, we will witness a debate on watching television. It is good or bad. This time, I'm glad to introduce to you the two groups to take the proposition and opposition stand. The first to support the issue being proposed is Kyla Rose Lorilla, and the one to oppose the proposition, Nave Marie Elisha H. Samudio. The second to support the issue is K. Aya B. Futatana, and in opposition is Rena Marie Panagito. The third to support the issue is Jade Anthony Kurt Peñolvo, and in the opposition side is Hans Christian de la Cruz. The fourth to support the issue is Precious Syra Cardenas, and in the opposition side is Frenchie Mahometano. The fifth in the proposition stand is Gina May Assis, and in the opposition stand is Charisse Hope Salina. And the sixth to support the issue being proposed is Jedidiah Dumalaog, and to oppose the proposition is Mateo Ray Delina. Our Board of Judges. She is our grade 6 level chairman. Please help me welcome Miss Gina Padernal. Our next judge is a grade 6 pet advisor, Mrs. Mary Ann Vega. The chairman of the Board of Judges, our very own science coordinator, Miss Christina Juanitas. And our timekeeper is Erlich Lopez. For our rule, each debater is given 2 minutes to express his or her idea about the effects of watching television. We must be quiet and listen attentively. Now, sit back and get ready to be amazed. Let us give a resounding round of applause once again as we listen the views or stand of the two groups and their brilliant reacting skills about the issue that we are hearing today.
Television is not bad when exposed to the right shows or programs. It can also help us change our behavior and attitude for good. Television can help us in many ways, like educational content, because some television channels are dedicated to create educational and informative content for the audience, especially children. There are few channels that broadcast only educational content covering subjects like arts and craft, science, history, geography, and math. TV is also a great medium that exposes children to different languages around the world. Another example is entertainment. TV is one of the primary sources of entertainment for the kids. The sounds and colorful images on the screen appeal to children and also retain their attention from movies to cartoon shows. Television can also expose you to different cultures because it lets you travel around the world without ever having to step out of your home. It takes you to different countries and educates them about various cultures around the world. And television can also inspire because some TV shows aimed at young children and adolescents not only educational but also inspiring. Educational TV programs encourage children to try new things. For example, a documentary about famous scientists, artists, and other public figures can also inspire everyone to do good deeds or achieve something big in life.
TV affects children negatively as well. Unfortunately, the adverse effects seem to outnumber the positive ones. Here are a few ways in which TV can be a bad influence on your children. Number 1. Impacts social development. Who needs company when there is TV? Kids who watch a lot of TV do not have time to play or socialize. Less or no interaction with peers can affect their social development. TV eats away the time they get to interact with other children in their social circle, which may affect their knowledge and understanding of social interactions and behavior. Number 2. Affects brain development and behavior. TV may be educational, but excessive watching could affect your child's brain development, according to studies. The first couple of years in your child's life are very important for brain development. Researchers in Japan found that watching TV too much can alter the brain structure. Another study by the Johns Hopkins University states that toddlers who watch television for more than 2 hours a day can have behavioral problems.
I personally learned a lot from watching television. I think it matters what kids watch and how much of it per day. Televisions are good because they provide us to a better life and make us know about what is happening around the world. Television can make a child learn different skills and tricks, and also it's good for their afterlife. I'm strongly saying television is good for children. It's sure. It's not bad for children per se. There are many other channels that can watch it up to the parents to say what they are watch set some parents control. Depending on the kid's age, set the controls higher or lower. So it's not bad for children. There are lots of fun and educational channels to watch.
Television affects us negatively as well. Addiction to TV shows reduces the amount of physical activity in children. Sometimes they refuse to do anything else but watch TV all day. And too much screen time can lead to vision problems. Less or no interaction with peers can affect our social development. It can affect also our behavior. You cannot control what is shown on television. You may also not to be able to control what kids watches on TV. At the same time, animated and cartoon shows which underplay the effect of violence may deceptive kids to real-world events. Commercials is also bad influence to children. It encourages kids to consume unhealthy foods and drinks. Yes, TV is educational, but excessive watching could affect our brain development, and also the radiation could affect our body health.
What is television? Television or TV is an electronic
electronic device with screen that deliver us an information in a graphic shapes with the help of broadcasting. Television is one of the best, majestic, and wonderful invention of science. Here are the advantages of watching television. Number 1, news source. TV is one of the best source of live news all around the world. With the help of watching TV, you will be always updated and know whatever happening in the world with the help of news channels. Number 2, entertainment. Watching television gives fun and enjoyment to both youngs and adults. Number 3, baby learning. Children are fond of watching cartoons, so there are big lessons for children and they learn amazing skills and thoughts. Number 4, home and kitchen. Cooking channels are big advantages in your television screen. You can learn and cook new dishes for your family and friends. Number 5, sports. With the help of TV, you can watch all your matches live as in the ground, and if you miss it, you can watch it on replay. Number 6, education. Education is important in our daily lives. In the television, there are many educational channels which you can learn many things. Television makes you dumb. Another dangerously bad effect of excessively watching television is the fact it can hinder our ability to think. Having talking heads continuously giving us quick information, opinion, analysis, and criticism for just about everything usually leads us to stop using our critical thinking. As a consequence, we can be easily misinformed and manipulated. That's why it is especially important for parents and school teachers to teach their children, students about the ill effects of spending too much time in front of a TV screen. Since people of a young age are much more vulnerable to them, of course, there are few people programs on TV that are educational and thought-provoking. Example that have a good, positive impact on our intelligence. But let's admit it, the majority of television programs are simplified trash. Indeed, we rarely find a program on TV that requires us to think. Television programming is designed in such as a way as to match our attention span, which explains why almost all programs are 30 to 60 minutes long, and why television programs rarely dedicate the entire program to a single topic. As a result, we can easily form opinions without allowing the information to be first filtered through our mind. And while we might thinking that we become more knowledgeable, in reality we become dumb.
Nowadays, many people all over the world spend most of their free time watching television. But since the beginning television has brought to man, there are many advantages. Dear teachers and friends, I would like to talk few words about the advantages of television. Television is a great wonder of modern science. It is one of the most important inventions of science, which has absorbed millions of minds. It has both entertainment and educational utilities. Both person, whether rich or poor, wants to possess a television set. Why? People feel that life is meaningless without a television. There are various programs shown on the small screen of the television. There are programs are of different kinds for different kinds of audience, such as old, young, and children. There are programs for films, film songs, serials, etc. Television programs have huge education value. There are programs for farmers, doctors, businessmen, teachers, lawyers, officers, and people of other professions. This way, there are different kinds of programs for different kinds of people. Apart from this, there are regular programs for the education of the youth.
There are educational programs showing development in science, agriculture, art, literature, and other subjects. Television is an important source of entertainment and relaxation. People all over the country, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, eagerly watch their favorite television serial. There are various types of television channels in addition to the regular news channels in Hindi and English. For me, it is bad watching television. You cannot control what is shown on television. You may also not always be able to control what your kid watches on the TV. Early exposure to an inappropriate content that has alcohol and drugs could bring up questions in children, the answers to which may be too complicated for them to understand. The worst fear is that early exposure can give them a distorted view of these elements. It may even encourage violent and aggressive behavior in some kids, which can be detrimental to their social development. In some children, this behavior may surface immediately, while in some it could come up during the later. Television might lead to the scary world syndrome in kids. Movies and other television shows may exaggerate the reality and create extremely violent scenes online, which may be terrifying for kids. The amount of violence and guns used on TV may give them an impression that the world is an unsafe place for them. At the same time, animated and cartoon shows which underplay the effects of violence and desensitize kids to the real-world events. Too much watching TV as a young adult, especially when combined with not much exercise, may be linked to lower brain functioning even before one reaches middle age. Kids watch a lot of TV have trouble paying attention to the teachers because they are accustomed to the fast-paced visual stimulation on TV. It is hard to avoid television if you are a kid. People in the house are usually turned into TV. Siblings as well as parents. In some homes, the television is perpetually on even without anyone watching. Television is good. Research indicates that television can have a positive impact on children. It can help them change their behavior and attitude for good. Some experts, however, believe that TV is not all that bad. They qualify through that viewing TV can be good if it is done in moderation. If the program being watched is selected, some TV shows can educate, inform, and inspire. It can be more effective than books or audiotapes in teaching children about processes like how a plant grows. Preschoolers who view educational programs tend to have higher grades, are less aggressive, and value their studies more when they reach high school, according to a long-term study. The advantages in gaining knowledge and information which could be understood even by kids were multiplied. Some studies show that kids who watch educational and non-violent children's shows do better in reading and math tests than those who do not watch these programs. Kids who watch informative and educational shows as preschoolers tend to watch more informative and educational shows when they get older. They use TV effectively as a complement to school learning. On the other hand, kids who watch more entertainment programs watch fewer informative programs as they get.
While watching television, we usually eat junk foods or any of our favorite snacks. But this is not good for our health because we tend to eat a lot while sitting and facing the television. This can lead to obesity since we don't move a lot when we watch TV.
These can also lead to other serious ailments caused by eating a lot and moving less. It also makes people lazy. Most of us get hooked when watching programs of our favorite TV channel. We sometimes even forget to do our work or other important things because we got engaged in the show we are watching. Some people forget to do their household chores because they would rather watch TV than work. And some shows don't teach good values. There are TV programs that do not teach good values, particularly to children. Instead of teaching them good deeds, they even imitate, reenact, or spoof important things happening around us, which is not good for children to watch.
The television is one of the most prominent inventions of the 20th century, and these are the positive effects of watching television. In this busy, expensive life, television is one of the easy and cheap source of entertainment. By watching international news, we can keep informed and up to date with breaking news and around the world. Some shows and channels like PBS and Discovery offer educational programs that can increase our knowledge and make us more aware of the world around us. Cooking channels offer new recipes and methods. Television can also be a good way to help people learn a different language. Some shows can motivate people who are interested in that field and help them to pursue their dreams. Television can help you feel less lonely. Television can expand your mind. Some shows let you travel variously and teach you about people, cultures, ideas, and places you might never encounter in real life. Gathering around the television give families, friends, and strangers something to bond over. And also in the health benefit to watch television. If a certain shows make you laugh, for example, then an argument can be made for its mood-elevating merits.
Too much TV really is bad for your brain. Young adults who watch a lot of TV and don't exercise much may start to see the effects of their unhealthy habits on their brains as early as midlife. A new study suggests being physically active at any time in your life is good for your brain. Too much screen time can be a bad thing. Children who consistently spend more than 4 hours per day watching TV are more likely to overweight. Kids who do violent acts on TV are more likely to show aggressive behavior and to fear that the world is scary. And sometimes bad things will happen to them. Television feeds you false information. One of the most harmful effects of watching television is that TV appears to portray or report reality, when in fact it just allows us to get a small glimpse of what's really going on. This particularly happens while watching TV newscasts. When we watch 30-minute newscasts, we usually believe that what it is showing us is all that there is to see. After all, if there was more to see, would television show us more? Unfortunately, most people accept whatever television is feeding them, without ever casting a doubt on its truthfulness.
Thank you, debaters, teachers for sharing your brilliant ideas and your participation. And now, I will give the floor to our science teacher, Ma'am Eden T. Biñas.
Okay, so did you enjoy our daily class? Yes! So, did you understand now the effects of television? Yes! Okay, so any question from the audience to our eight of our debaters? Yes, Richie?
In the negative side, how can television impact child's development?
Okay, who can answer? Richie?
Television can affect child's brain development and influence their behavior.
Okay, very good. Some more ideas? How about in the positive side? Some more question. Yes, Bon?
What is the good effect by watching television?
Okay, so what is the good effect of watching television? Who can answer? From this side. Yes, Kayla.
The effects of television is that they can give us news source, entertainment, and educational content covering subjects like math, science, history, and more.
Thank you, Kayla. Let's give a hand to Kayla. To wrap it up, who can tell what have we learned in our lesson today? Any idea? Yes, Christy.
I learned that television can give a lesson to the kids.
Okay, so television can give a lesson to the kids. How about the others? Some more hands? Yes, GL.
I also learned that too much watching TV can be bad for our health.
Okay, so you mean watching TV is bad to your health. Okay, so always remember, class, that watching television has both a negative and positive effect. Now at home, when you need to watch television together with your parents. Yes, Joanna.
With a parental guidance.
Okay, very good. So, because there are some shows that are not appropriate in the young children, like you need to watch together with your parents.
To have a parental guidance.
Very good. Because there are some shows that are not appropriate in the young children like you. So, like a cooking class, it has two sides. So, watching television has both a negative and positive effect. So, everything that too much is bad. Remember, it is in your control how to use it wisely. Thank you so much, children, for your brilliant ideas and active participation. This time, let us know the verdict from the chairman of the Board of Judges. Are you excited?
Yes!
So, I will give the microphone now to the chairman of our Board of Judges, from Ma'am Gina Padernal.
Good morning, everyone. As the debate comes to an end, the topic
all about watching television, is it good or bad? Okay, we have chosen best debaters from the positive side and then from the negative side. We have Novi Marie Elisha Sumojo from the negative side. And of course, Kayla Rose Lorilia from the positive side. Overall, best debater among between the two, is Novi Marie Elisha Sumojo. And we'd like also to acknowledge or recognize the effort of each member of the two groups, both positive and negative side. You have done your best during the debate. I'd like to acknowledge or recognize the effort of each member of the group from the negative side and also from the positive side. And most especially to the science teacher, Ma'am Eden T. Biñas, for making or facilitating this debate and made it a successful one. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations to the winner, and for those that made it, better luck next time. So anyway, we have a lot of debate. So, do you like another debate? Yeah. Okay, so give me a clap if you like it. Yes! Based on what you have learned in our debate today, you are going to submit your reflection. You can submit it in my email address.